I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Madison, Solid Rock 94.1 at JJO. It's Brock, and for Discover New Music this week, my guest is the lovely and talented Dorothy. And I wanted to give a little precursor, a intro to this, because the interview jumps in at a goofy time. And the reason being is Dorothy was actually early to the interview. She was like 5 minutes early, and she was actually waiting on me. So when I got on, I immediately started joking about how the rock star was early to the interview, and that's not how it's supposed to be. And then Dorothy started telling me about her one and only true rock star rebellious moment when she trashed a hotel room, and I realized I wasn't recording. So I hit record, and that got us into where we're at in this interview. So hopefully now it makes a little more sense on where this interview picks up and why we're talking about broken ceramic mugs. Anyway, enjoy Dorothy. Out the windows. I miss the good old days, Dorothy. I miss the good old days.
I know a few people that have thrown TVs. I have trashed one hotel room. Hold on, let me shut this door. Before I tell this story, so I don't get in trouble. It's a rite of passage. I've trashed one hotel room in my career, and I'm very sorry. And I told them to send me a bill. I think the opposite of what Bonham did, but that's all right. But you still gotta once. It's cathartic. You're right. It happens. It's not normal for a human being to be in a different city every day and sleeping on a bus, and you just get adrenal burnout. And then if you get cheated on, or your girlfriend breaks up with you, or some shit goes sideways, and you're like, fuck this coffee mug, that's happened to me. I was like, yeah. And it was really funny. I'm telling you, when you have no sleep, you become a different human being. You don't become a human being, you become an animal. And I tried to launch the coffee mug, and because it was thick ceramic, it would just bounce off the carpet. I'm not even good at trashing hotel rooms.
You end up injuring yourself somehow. It's like, this completely backfired.
I can't even trash hotel rooms.
I thank you for sharing that with me. I feel much better knowing that you're a true rock star. That's good to know. I was, running
on 3 hours of sleep, so the true road stories are going to come pouring out.
Well, I'm excited to chat with you. Here we are, Dorothy. Your new album dropping March 14th. Then you're hitting the road, and we're going to be fortunate enough here in Madison to see you guys at the Majestic along with that tour as you're supporting the new record again, The Way. How are we feeling right now? The album is ready for the fans. You're hitting the road. I know there's a lot of excitement. Where's Dorothy at physically, emotionally, spiritually at this point?
Physically dying. I have not slept this week, but mentally and spiritually really good. I'm living my dream. I'm so excited to go on tour. It's always a lot of fun. I have the best band in the world. They're just all gems. They're like my bros, so they're so much fun. I have the best tour manager, and Courtney, she takes all the photos. She's my girl, and I feel solid. I am very proud of this album. I'm very excited to give it to the fans, and I just can't wait to hear all the feedback, and Stone Town just made it to the Active Rock Top 20. Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good week.
You mentioned that you're really proud of this album, and I'm sure that's the case with everything. You put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and work into it, but this is your fourth album, your senior album, if you will. And that's I think a very pivotal, important stage for any artist out there, because you've been around the block. Now you're the top dog at school. What maybe stood out with you, good, bad, indifferent, with this fourth record, The Way?
You know what? I prayed a lot and brought my faith into it. And that really helped a lot, because before I was kind of struggling to make things happen on my own. And then I was like, God, just do what you want with my music at this point. It's no fun without you anyway. So just come into my life and take the, Jesus, take the wheel, in the words of the prophet Carrie Underwood. So by the way, Carrie Underwood is a metal head and a rock fan. Obviously, she did that song with Jacoby. And shout out to Carrie Underwood. Thank you for getting me through many breakups.
I hear you, girlfriend. Yeah, and she's got such a range too. She could be a metal singer in no time. Is going into this one, was there any hang-ups? Anything you wanted to accomplish from other records? What was the mindset going into this one?
This one was so just miraculous how it came together. First of all, I have an amazing producer, Scott Stevens. He brought it home. He tied everything together. He's an incredible songwriter. He makes me feel safe in the studio. I love his team. I love my friends in Nashville, the Four Horsemen and Kylie Sackley, Danny Myrick, Marty Fredrickson. That's my family. That's my friends. And we wrote a lot of great songs together. And so we wrote half of it in Nashville and half of it in L.A. and then Tombstone Town we wrote on Zoom with Curtis Peoples. So it was me and Curtis and Scott. And he's like, Curtis comes on the video chat and he's like, I have a title, Tombstone Town. And I was like, well, I just got cheated on. It sounds like a Western. I was like, it sounds like a Clint Eastwood film. Like, what are we doing here? And then that's kind of how the whole thing unfolded. It was great.
I love it. And Tombstone Town, just mentioning that, features someone that most people know. You might know. Slash. How cool was that, bringing in a guy with his kind of pedigree and everything into your work?
It was a dream come true. It was awesome. We've been going back and forth and doing stuff together. I did Key to the Highway on his blues tribute album, Orgy of the Damned. And so I just sent him a bunch of songs. I'm like, please do a solo, like pick whatever song you want, bring your cool hat. Let's do a video. And he picked Tombstone Town. And I think he looks killer in the video. And it just like, it's such a fun song to me because it's like it's rock, but it's got a pop chorus and then it's got like an outlaw country vibe to it as well. So it's just a mashup of everything.
It's almost annoying how cool he is, just his vibe and everything. No human should be that cool ever, but very cool and one of the many awesome things the listener is going to be able to take this journey on. And that kind of leads me to my next one. Is there maybe, other than Slash popping up there and everyone getting to hear that, any other maybe surprises and maybe not just with guests, but sonically for the listener out there, lyrically for the listeners, chances maybe you took on this record that we can hope to see?
He's the only feature on the album. And I think that I hope everyone listens to The Way and really loves that because it's a ballad and it's kind of genre-less. And so it's more about the message and the melody and the lyrics. And then I tried to give it my best vocal. So The Way is just like I feel like it touches you in the heart and it's a ballad and it's the title track. So that might be a surprise. The closest I ever got to that was Shelter off of Rock is Dead. So this is a more... this is just a more updated kind of ballad attempt.
It's really fun to see, and I was lucky enough for whenever someone is hearing this, if they're listening 100 years from now or right after the album's released, I was able to go through the album, and it's really fun to see. Because I don't want to say growth like you've gotten better, but I mean it's exciting, and I'm sure for you, making these steps and then as an artist, and especially with this new album, The Way. I mean, do you kind of feel that way? Maybe a growth, a maturity, that next step in your career with it?
Well, I mean, you do anything long enough, hopefully you don't stay the same forever because that's no fun.
Say that to AC/DC on your shirt. They made the same record and it worked every single time. I love it.
But they had to write the hits, right?
Yes, right.
So they had to write the hits and that takes time. But they definitely have a formula that works. I love AC/DC. It's so cool.
I love it. That's my favorite band. That's my favorite band right there. So yeah,
they get the party started.
They do,
and they finish it too. They will out party you.
Go ahead. Yeah, I cut you out there. Sorry, dear.
Oh, you're all good. I think I've hopefully become a better songwriter with time and a better vocalist and gotten more comfortable in my skin as an artist. I mean, I definitely took a deviation on 28 Days in the Valley. We were just experimenting, So then I was like, I want to do heavier music. So let's go back to that, And I just think that's the freedom of music, is getting to try things.
Yeah. And with this one again, The Way, out on the 14th, big tour to follow. Exciting, because you're going to be going around sharing this new record along with all the great Dorothy hits we've had before. Talking about writing, because for someone who has never written a song, and that process, and then also you bringing your faith and feeling much more comfortable in that, writing on this album, how did you approach that? What was there a game plan, or did you just kind of let it happen, and what came out?
There's never a game plan. It can start with a title like Tombstone Town. Yeah. I was praying and I was like, God, please help me name my album something cool, And I was reading The Road to Damascus about Saul persecuting those that belong to the way. And when I read that, I highlighted it. I said, that is my album title. I don't have a song yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to manifest. It's going to come. Mm-hmm. So I sent Stevens and the guys, I was like, hey, I want to name this album The Way. And that inspired Blair Daly to start writing the ballad The Way. And when he played it for me in Nashville, I just lost it. I mean, I was just sobbing. I was like, yeah, it's beautiful. It's a perfect ending song on the record. And that's how it all happened. And you never know what will inspire you. Like Gifts from the Holy Ghost, the song I wrote during a sound check when we were on tour with Greta Van Fleet, and my guitar player at the time, Eli, started playing this riff, and I was like, okay, you guys jam, like keep going. I hit record on my phone, and I started wailing gibberish into the microphone, like no words. It was all about the melody, and then the lyrics were an afterthought. And then I listened to the recording in my hotel room later, and I was like, I think I'm saying words. So I was translating gibberish to English, and that's how I wrote the lyrics for the song. So I did that. I sat there and I just had a personal one-on-one with my notebook and wrote the lyrics. And I love the message in that song too.
Yeah. Well, again, we're super proud of you, super excited to have you in town on the 24th, and the fourth album, The Way, from Dorothy. It's out on the 14th, and only big things to come. Here, I'll do this, and I've been having kind of fun with this as we wrap this up now that the important stuff's out of the way. I've been kind of doing this James Lipton masterpiece theater type question, where we look at, let's say it's you, Dorothy, 20 years from now. Let's throw a couple Grammys in there. Maybe a few more platinum records for the wall, and you're reminiscing on your long, illustrious career in the rock world, and you look back at The Way. What are you going to think? Where does this record stand in the musical lineage of Dorothy?
And maybe some Dove Awards.
There you go. I love it.
And I truly feel this. I think this is the turning point.
Yeah.
I think this is a turning point into a really beautiful chapter, not only in my personal life, but in my music. And it all starts with God and inviting God into your circumstances. And I was saved in rehab in Nashville, Halloween 2020, and I'm a born again Christian, but we're not a Christian band. I'm just sharing my testimony and my journey. And, life imitates art and vice versa. So when you're writing, you're going to write your story, and that's part of my story. And I just want to share it with people because it's, whatever you believe, I believe that everyone has a purpose. You're here for a reason. God has ordered your steps. And if you have some faith and you lean into that, I mean, you can have a really beautiful life. And that doesn't mean it won't be a storm, but that means that you have an anchor in the storm.
I commend you on that as a guy who believes as well, and in this industry, this rock world we live in, it's hard to talk about it. Sometimes you feel like you can't. Not that we get persecuted, but I really do commend you for. Well, you will, but I really do commend you for being so open about it, sharing that experience, sharing your faith, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and really proud of you, and excited that we have a new album that is along with that and what you're doing here. I think it's really great. I really do. Yeah.
You're my bro. You're my bro, and I'll be praying for you. And I'm really glad to share that faith with you.
Thank you so much. That really does mean the world to me, and I appreciate you talking new music. And this is always fun. You're always such a doll and such a pleasure. Before we go, though, I have to do it. I have to take this very sweet moment we're having and ruin it with my rapid fire. So can we do that quick and let's have a little fun? Okay, here we go. No wrong answers. We're gonna just learn a little bit more about you with these ridiculous questions. First one, start easy. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers. I'm a runner.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you don't want to run in sandals. That's a good way to trip immediately. Billy Ocean or Billy Idol?
Billy Idol.
Very nice. New England clam chowder or a creamy tomato bisque?
New England clam chowder, 100%.
That's so good. Just a
no
nice
doubt, no doubt.
Wet jeans or damp socks?
Oh, neither.
Gotta pick. You gotta pick, or we can't end the interview.
Damp socks, because I guess they're easier to take off.
There you go. Yeah, they're both terrible. All right, last one. Okay. Would you rather take a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick at 100% power or a Mike Tyson punch at 50% power?
A Mike Tyson punch at 50% power.
You seem like a tough gal. I feel like you might be able to, right there.
Yeah, I do box and I do Muay Thai and I run and jump rope, and that's how I stay in shape for tour.
So you could give Mike Tyson a run for his money, even Iron Mike.
There's not a grown man on the planet that I could give a run for their money.
I've heard Mike's a big softie now anyways. What do we got to worry about it?
I'm like, if you're going to punch me, do it in the solar plexus and don't break it. Don't break my face, okay?
Come on, this is the moneymaker. That's what I always tell everyone when I get into a fight. I'm like, just did not hear, all right? This is how I pay the bills.
In the throat before a tour, okay? All right.
Thank you for humoring me. More importantly, Dorothy, thank you for taking the time. Again, congrats on the new album. Have a great time on the road, and we can't wait to see you again. The Majestic Theater, you are going to be swinging by here on Sunday, April 27th, and you're just the best. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll see you then. Excited. Right. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Dorothy.
Thank you.
All right.
How do I get out of this thing? Here.
Just leave.
Okay. I'll see you on tour. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.